Let's hear it again for Dr. Assemblymember Rambler. He got this mic kind of hot, didn't he? He's fired up and ready to go, and we are as well. It's an honor to be before you, coming from just a few hours away, representing communities like Richmond and Berkeley and Oakland. We are your neighbors, and we are your partners. I look out at you, and I want to say good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos dias. Neoma. That's all I got. That's all I got. And it is a pleasure and an honor to serve here in the Assembly, fighting for the people of my district, but more importantly, for the people of our state. Now, I'm going to talk about Chet Hewitt a little bit, because we all need a little help to make it in our journey. And along my journey, I had a lot of help. A long time ago, when I was a younger man, I'd like to say young man, but my kids say, Dad, you ain't young. I was working to launch a program to help young people who were leaving foster care. And we know that our young people who've been homeless, who've been impacted by abuse and neglect, the adverse childhood experiences that Dr. Rambler talked about, they can impact us for life. And Chet believed in what I was doing. He barely knew me, and he looked at what we were trying to do to provide housing and health care and mentoring and money to help kids go to college. And he said, we're going to invest $1 million in your program right now and help you establish your housing program right now. And so he invested. In a fellowship to work with children and families throughout our nation, to meet other leaders from across the country who want to do one thing: help children and families to overcome poverty and be successful. He's been a mentor for me and a coach for me, and he's been there for me every step of my journey. And I just spotted another mentor, Dolores Huerta, who is sitting right here. She was inspiring me. When I got to meet her, she's inspiring me, and she continues to fight for communities in the Valley, throughout our state, and throughout our nation. Thank you for what you do. We talked. You heard some of the speakers talk about where we come from, where we emigrate from, and I too, I'm thankful for my experiences. My family emigrated here from places like Panama, in Colombia, in Jamaica, in Detroit, Michigan, by way of Mississippi. My mom was a teacher who came here from Panama and settled in the Bay Area, almost in the Valley. I was born at Fort Ord in Monterey when it was an Army hospital, now CSU Monterey. My dad came here from Detroit, Michigan as a soldier, serving his country, but not able to return to his family, because when I met my dad for the first time 10 years ago, when I found him on the internet, he told me that the physical and mental scars of war made it difficult for him to return to his family. So my mom raised 4 kids by herself until she couldn't. She was very, very sick. She had cancer. And so when I was 6 years old, she lost her battle to cancer. And I left San Jose and went 3,000 miles to be in Philadelphia and raised by a cousin who had never met me before. She took me and my brother in and raised us as her sons. And she saved our lives. And she made sure that we got a great education. We struggled. We were on food stamps. I was on the free lunch program. I used to hide it. I didn't want anybody to know that I was eating the lunch. I ate it underneath the table so no one would know. I didn't want my partners to know. When I became an adult, I realized everybody in my school was on the free lunch program. We ate government cheese. And, at first it was like, wow, we got to eat this? We ate so much government cheese, I thought USDA was a brand name. It's the best grilled cheese sandwich you ever had. Right? But these programs helped my family to sustain. They helped us to not fall through the cracks. They helped us to overcome humble beginnings and poverty. And getting an education helped me to change the narrative of my life and to have an opportunity to get an education, to go to college and graduate school and become a social worker, to work with young people and to try and help others as others have helped me. I think about it every single day, how easy it would have been for me to end up in California State Prison. Instead, I ended up in the California State Assembly. We should give that to every Californian. work with us on the things that we're trying to do, like changing the school-to-prison pipeline. It's because we spend $6 billion in this state on companies that make a profit off of those who are incarcerated, that we've introduced a bill that puts a tax on every private prison. And the money that comes from that tax will pay for things that we know help young people, like preschool and after-school programs. We hope that you'll support our bill and work with us to say, we want education, not incarceration for our kids. I mentioned the free lunch program and how important it was. We live in a climate now where this president and the Secretary of Education think that they say that there's no such thing as a free lunch. And instead of taking away the stigma of ensuring that kids are able to get a good meal, breakfast, or lunch, so that we can learn. Who can learn when you're hungry? That they would like to take away the way we say that everyone should get access to it. We don't want to embarrass anybody or shame anybody. We want to make sure you get access to a healthy meal if you're hungry. That's why I'm so proud that my colleagues here have supported legislation that I introduced that says that 400,000 more kids in this state will get access to the free and reduced lunch program in California. I think the best thing that we can do is create opportunities for people to get a good education and to be able to get a good job. There are good jobs in technology in our state, but we're not doing a good job of preparing everyone to be able to work in those jobs. There are technology jobs. There'll be 1.5 million jobs in technology and coding. I know that every student in here knows something about coding because you have a cell phone. And there are things that you know how to do. My 15-year-old and my 11-year-old, every time I get a new phone, I'm reading the instructions. They snatch it out of my hand. They're like, look, this is how you work this, okay? Because it's intuitive for the young people of this new generation, but yet we're not providing the training to make sure that you know how to do coding. A job that pays probably $70,000 a year, that doesn't require a college degree, but if you get one and you want to become an engineer and create some new product, you can do that. So we're working to make sure that people are on a path to get STEM training, career technical education, and I'm so proud of the bill that the governor just signed that provides money directly to schools in the Valley. $7 million going to schools in the Valley to make sure that kids stay in school and graduate ready for a bright future. $1.7 million went to San Joaquin County, $7.7 million total to 5 communities in the Valley. We're here to fight for you. We're here to fight with you. Thank you for being here and championing equity. Thank you so much for the opportunity.